Did you know it only takes about 5 minutes to open your first stock trading account that could change your financial future? Well, it did mine. Hey, it's D, and welcome to the Money Growth Academy, where we demystify the stock market, simplify investing, and multiply your opportunities for financial success. Today, we're going to talk about how to open your first stock trading account. But before we get there, let's just cover a few basic terms. I know these are really basic, right? But just hang in there with me. And that one of those first basic terms is, well, D, what is a stock? Well, a stock is when a company is willing to sell a portion of its or a fraction of its company in the form of shares as a way to raise capital for the business. And it's like owning a piece of the company. It's sometimes referred to as an equity. You'll hear about someone purchasing equities. Well, that's a stock. So you're buying a portion of the company. So when you buy a stock, you're actually buying an actual piece of the company. Well, next, what is the stock market? Well, the stock market is an exchange where people buy and sell stock. That's essentially what it is. Now, there's 13 different exchanges, but the two that we're really going to talk about, or at least that we're referring to here, is a New York Stock Exchange. It's one of the largest exchanges by trading volume, and then the NASDAQ, which is the National Association of Security Dealers Automated Quotation. It's a mouthful, but it's just called the NASDAQ. And they were the first to really introduce computerized trading. So that's the New York Stock Exchange and then NASDAQ. And finally, what is a brokerage firm? Well, it's a financial institution that allows buyers and sellers to come together to buy and sell stock. So opening a brokerage account at a brokerage firm is as easy as opening a checking account. It really is just that easy. So you'll need proof of ID, and then you'll need to go online, right? And you have to fill out an online form. And once you complete that, go through a few of their little questions that they have there, and then you can open your account. So let's just take a look at a few of these online brokerage websites just to give you an idea of what they might look like. So this one is Ameritrade, and as you can see there, right up there at the top of the menu, it says investment products. You can click that, or right there where it says open new account. And most of them will have that little indicator, that little button there that says open new account. And so either one of those. Now E-Trade, again, open an account, top right hand corner, and then right here, just to the left of the screen towards the bottom, either one of those. If you'll click that, it's going to take you through an online form. You're going to fill that online form out and complete that. Easy process, very simple process. Next, there's Fidelity. You see there it has open an account, and it'll walk you through some pages to get that done online. And then this one is Acorns, and with Acorns, it'll have this little button here that says Get Started to get you going. Now, I'm not going to go through what each one of these, the benefits and so forth of each one of these accounts. This is really just how to get started, just how simple it is to open your account and to get it started. It's a whole nother video talking about that we have that talks about each one of these. And then there's Robinhood, right? It's a fairly newcomer, just like Acorns is, to the investment brokerage firms. And it's pretty easy. Top right-hand corner, click sign up, or right there to the left bottom, sign up, and that will get your account all set up for you. Next, it's Ally, and with Ally, you can click invest. There's a drop-down menu there that you can look at more detail and learn more. That will get you more detail. And again, you'll just have to step through some, you'll just step through same online type questions to get your account set up. So this is M1 Finance, fairly newcomer to the market. It's been around a little bit, but it's fairly new in terms of a brokerage firm. Invest Now, that's kind of where you would click there, build your portfolio. There's still another click for Invest Now there, but either one of those will get you there. But Invest Now will get you to, again, go through those pages and open your account. All right, 5 tips to picking a brokerage firm. So these are just 5 things you might want to consider. There's more than 5 things, but here's 5 things that I think that you certainly ought to consider. Number 1, watch out for fees. You want most of your money being invested in your stock. earning you a return rather than paying fees, right? A fee to buy, a fee to sell, all right, all these transactional costs that happen when you're buying, that can happen when you buy stock. So make sure you have an idea of what that cost is that you're paying for that transaction to take place on that brokerage's firm's platform. Number two, review the minimum required to open your account. Now, you have to have some money in the account to buy stock, but to open the account, you want to know if it's zero, or do you have to have $5,000 in it, $10,000, $500, $100, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you know. And number three, determine what level of service that you need, right? So it just depends on where you are in your investment career. Hey, if you're new, and that's what this video is for someone really new at thinking about investing. And so you want to make sure that you know, is it important that you have somebody to call, a live person on the phone? Is that important to you? Do you want to be able to chat with them? Do you want to be able to send an email with them? And what level of service do you want? How about research tools? I use a lot of research when I'm buying stock, and I like it all in one place. And so my particular brokerage firm that I use gives me all the tools, virtually all the tools that I need to do the research to determine whether or not I'm going to buy or whether I'm going to sell. Also, you might want to know if there's a debit card. If there's a debit card available, that might be important to some of you, right? If you need access to your cash and so forth. So you might want to think about that. And number four, can you buy individual stocks or fractional shares of stocks? Can you buy mutual funds? Can you buy exchange traded funds, which are called ETFs? We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. And then do they have retirement accounts available, right? Like IRAs, Roth, Kios, and so forth. And can you purchase options if that's something that you want to learn to do later on? And number five, is there any ability to automatically reinvest your dividends, right? Because some of the stocks you're going to buy, they're going to pay out a dividend, and you may want to make sure that the dividends get reinvested instead of being set in some holding pot, right? Because if that happens, then that money that's not being reinvested is not really earning a return for you. If that makes sense. Now, here's a comparison chart of a few online brokerage firms. We just took a random sample of some of these firms. So, and then what we tried to point out on this particular chart is the cost per trade, the minimum required to invest, account minimums, trade minimums, platform fees, cost to trade on the platform. If they offer retirement accounts, again, IRAs, Roths, Kios, etc. Are there research resources available? Do they offer mutual funds? Do they offer options trading? Do they allow for the purchase of stock? We just talked about some of these things. And again, do they automatically reinvest dividends? So we put a lot of this on this particular chart. And do they offer ETFs or exchange traded funds? So we wanted to put up a few things so that you can think about. So as you're looking at a firm, you can use this kind of a list to kind of check off some things to see how it lines up for you. And an ETF really is an exchange traded fund, right? It's a market traded security. It tracks a stock index, a commodity, bonds, or even a bundle or basket of assets. And the shares, they trade just like a common stock on the exchange. And the last thing is there a transfer fee to move my money to their account? So I may have money in my savings account that I want to transfer over to my new brokerage firm, or I have an existing brokerage firm and I want to move to a new one. Is there some transfer costs associated with that? So there you go. That's how easy it is to open your first brokerage account. So go online, pick the brokerage firm that works best for you. But let me say this, before you do that, make sure you watch our next video, right? So our next video is how to pick a stock. So now you know how to open your stock trading account. Now you want to learn, well, how do I decide what to buy? Okay, so we're going to share that with you on that video, and that's how to pick a stock. And so again, thanks for watching the Money Growth Academy. It's always great to have you here. Again, this is where we demystify the stock market, simplify investing, and multiply your opportunities for financial success. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe. We'd love to have you part of the community, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what brokerage firm you use and maybe even why you chose that firm. And we could share that amongst all of us in the community. Well, we'll catch you next time.